Hi, Management 7300 students. This is Steve Wagner, your instructor this semester for Human Resource Management Strategies. And I'd like to take just a little bit of time to give you a tour of the course shell. This is part of your orientation to the course, and I just want to quickly take you around to make you familiar with the course. So if you look on the left-hand side of the screen, you will see the main menu, and it's broken down into different areas. There is general course information, there's course activities, there's communications, and at the bottom there are resources. And so I want to quickly go through some of that. If you look in the main part of the screen, you'll see that there are announcements, and when you enter into the course shell, it will be on that announcements area. And typically I'll make multiple announcements throughout the week, usually putting up the course schedule and putting reminders, but there may be other things along the way too, and I try and link those announcements to your email. Those emails would be sent to your governor state email address. So let's go to the main menu. Again, we just talked about announcements. There's also there under that the Instructor tab, and if you click on that, you can quickly access information about me. You've got my email address there, my work phone, my office location along with office hours. I put in a link to my LinkedIn profile, so feel free to link in with me if you're into LinkedIn. Also, of note at the bottom there is I have given you my cell phone number, and I am available to you 7 days a week as long as you call after 9 a.m. or before 9 p.m. So it really, how you want to reach out to me depends on your preferences and the situation, but there may be a time where you need a quick solution, and feel free to call me. Sometimes we can handle things much more quickly through the cell phone, but if you're more comfortable with email or leaving a message on my office phone, that's fine too. If you go under that on the main menu, you'll see there are the syllabus and the schedule, and I'm not going to go over those, but that should be one of the first things you're doing is you should download the syllabus and the schedule. You should keep those as a reference. You should read them thoroughly to start so you know what the expectations are for the course, and you should keep them as a reference. Of particular note in the syllabus, I have grading rubrics that I use for the assignments in this class, and so you should reference those grading rubrics as you're completing your work, because that's how I grade your work. The course schedule is organized kind of like a to-do list. You can check off things as you get things done, and so there's lots of different deadlines. It's good to have that handy and to refer to it often. In the orientation tab, well, you've got this video that you're watching now, but there's also other things in terms of technology requirements and keys to success. I've also got links to tutorials on Blackboard, and so you may want to go through some of those, especially if you haven't used Blackboard before, or if you haven't used Blackboard in an online class. So all the assignments are submitted through Blackboard. We're going to use discussion boards. There's lots of different features, and that's a good place to brush up on your knowledge. Now, if we go further down on the main menu, you'll see this area called Course Activities. And this is probably going to be the main area that you're going to be accessing throughout the course. And for instance, if you go to course modules, you will see that Module 1 is available to you. And if you click on that, it will take you through each of the things you should do in the module. And let me just show you this so you understand the structure of this. So it always starts out with the learning objectives for that module. So it tells you what you're supposed to be able to do by the time you complete this module. After that, you'll see a series of videos. And so oftentimes you'll see like a link like this is click to launch, and that will launch into a video. Um, and there may be here links to other parts of the course shell. So this is a link to the syllabus and the schedule. Again, you can click to go to that area. Here in Module 1, I've got a reading posted. Most readings in this class will be through the textbook, but in this first module, we are using this article by Rousseau and Behrens. So please be reading that this week. You will also then find other areas. Here's a link to a website that I want you to look at. Okay, and that launched right into that, you can see. Here's ones that launched into another video. So sometimes it will launch into the video. Other times you'll have to click on it to launch into those videos. Let's go in further. You'll see more videos here. Okay, and again, you can see I'm just clicking in the upper right hand corner, page 7 of 11. We'll go to page 8 of 11, and that's another video. And as we click through here, you'll see that it eventually you get then 2 assignments that I want you to do. And so here's an example of an assignment from Module 1, and you can click to go into that assignment. Okay, so again, if we want to go back to the main menu, we can just click on this area at the top where it says Human Resource Management. I want to take you through some other areas here on course activities. You will generally want to engage the course material through the course modules, but you can get to assignments also through this Assignments tab. And you can see I have folders for the quizzes and the case study discussions and other assignments there. As part of your assignments, you're going to be doing case study discussions, and I have you set up into groups, small groups to do these discussions. You can access those in this case study discussion group. If you want to check your grades, you can click on the grades area that will take you to the grade book. Generally, if you double click on your grade, it will bring up the written feedback, the rubric, the detailed feedback that I will give you on each assignment. Now below that, you'll see the Communications tab on the main menu, and I have a discussion board for course questions. Now your first discussion board in Module 1, you're going to be using the course questions discussion board. I've got a forum set up for introductions. Okay, so we're not going to do a case study discussion in Module 1. That will come in a later module. In the first module, you'll be posting to the Introductions Course Questions discussion board. I also have an area with email. Now this links to the GSU email. You need to be able to access your GSU email, because if I respond to you, it won't come back in Blackboard. It will go to your GSU email. If you have another email that is preferred, please set up a rule in your GSU email to forward everything to your preferred email, because I'm going to be sending out announcements, and you're going to get a lot of things through your GSU email. You need to be connected to it. Finally, again, there are resources at the bottom. There are tutorials for Blackboard. There's links to the Writing Center, to the library, to the College of Business. Okay, so that's just really a quick tour of this class, and so I want you to please explore the class. Please, when you have questions, contact me either through the course questions discussion board or through email or by calling me. We don't have the luxury of meeting face-to-face once a week, but we have the luxury of the flexibility of an online class. But that means that you have to reach out and communicate to me when there's something you don't understand or when you need me to address a question. So I really look forward to having you in this class this semester and working through all this material. I think you'll have a very good time in this class. You'll find it interesting but challenging, and I look forward to working with you. Have a good evening. Good night.